let's talk about Countdown. I'm ready to talk about Countdown. Let's do it. By the nature of this video, there are going to be spoilers, but they're super mild, and if you've been online at all since Wednesday, I feel like you probably already know these things, but proceed with caution. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this is prestige television. I'm also not going to sit here and tell you that I'm not watching for Jensen Ackles. Let's all just be honest with ourselves right now, okay? Also, I'm not here claiming that I have the best taste in television shows. I run a Supernatural account. Let's all lower the bar for a second, okay? I'm here to be entertained, and this show is entertaining me. The way every single person on this cast is one of the most beautiful people I've ever seen. It is literally like The CW, but on Amazon Prime. I do wonder, and I say this with love in my heart, if they cast Jensen Ackles in this show and then realized, crap, everybody else in the show has to be on his level or it's going to be distracting. Spoiler alert, it's still distracting. The amount of times I have had to pause and rewind, old-fashioned terms, I know, pause and rewind, because blah, 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 person, place, name, backstory stuff. What is happening? I'm like, happy Pride. Never a better month for this show to release because it is by panic from start to finish. Yes, there's a terror plot. That's important too. It is secondary for me though. Look, I'm going to admit something to you. I watched all of Riverdale because I was like, wow, this is like beautiful. So let's just put that out there. Anyways, real talk. I actually really genuinely like this show, and I'm just going to admit that I do like this genre. Yes, it is your dad's favorite show genre. Like, it is very palatable to like anyone in the family type of thing. It's not a lot of people's cup of tea. I totally understand that, but I was like a 24 girly when I was a kid. 24 was one of the first like procedural, like prestige television shows I ever watched. And I like procedural or procedural adjacent shows, especially with like, you know, an ensemble team. That's my jam. I like it. So this is already something I knew I would probably like. It's not the most inventive or like creative plot in the world, which I think is fine because it really is just like a blockbuster summer television show. Like if you were to take blockbuster summer action movie and make it a TV show, that's what this is. Which, as a TV girly, I just prefer TV shows over movies. And the fact that we get 13 episodes of this, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm strapped in. I don't want to be super mega depressed this summer. There's enough happening in the world, okay? And I don't need it to be super realistic. 911. Don't need realism. Don't want that. Thank you. And I know what to expect from the genre. So I don't have like mega high expectations. I just want to be entertained. And honestly, I'm entertained. I'm interested. I think the characters are interesting. I think there's a lot to build on. I'm curious to see where it's going to go from here because they've already revealed a lot within the first 3 episodes. And there's just enough like interesting moments between the characters where I'm like, okay, yeah, like let's see where this goes. I'm really curious to see how this unfolds. I know it's been super divisive. Like some people freaking hate this show and I'm like, fine, that's fine. You don't need to watch it. And a lot of people feel really like middle ground about it, and a lot of people really love it. So it's definitely a little divisive in that regard, which is funny because it's so just like not a show that takes extreme risks. It just is what it is, and I think it knows its genre and it's doing it well. So we'll see how the rest of the show unfolds, but I'm enjoying it personally. I needed a silly, goofy, fun show with a little bit of serious plot to sustain me this summer over the 911 hiatus in between, you know, brain rot marathons of Supernatural. I'm like, this is great. It's also not something you have to pay like super close attention to. The plot is not the most complicated thing in the world, so you're not like, what is happening? It's not like Severance. You're not having to be locked all the way in the whole time to understand what's going on, which I appreciate. Sometimes you're exhausted after a long day of work and you just want to turn on the TV and enjoy pretty people doing explosion, car chase, you know, like, I'm a simple girl. What do you want from me? I think Jensen is shining in this role. I think it's not like Dean Winchester. There's a lot of discourse on Twitter. It's like, he's just like, okay, yes, there are some similarities. Like the jumpsuit scene is almost frame for frame exactly something that was on Supernatural. Hard to not see the parallel. The car trick thing he did was something he did in Supernatural. Here's the thing. He did 15 seasons of Supernatural. There are going to be things that are similar because Supernatural covered so many bases and so many genres and so many situations just from the sheer length of the show. Of course there are going to be things in other genre television shows that remind you of Supernatural. It's totally fine. I'm not going to jump down your throat for it. I do think, though, this character, Mark Meacham, is very different from Dean in a lot of ways. There are some similarities because guess what? Jensen Ackles is playing him, so there's going to be similarities in every role he plays. That's how that works. It's the same actor. Whoa, crazy. But there are some distinct differences he's doing with this character, with his performance, and I really appreciate it. And I'm like, okay, like let's see where this goes. I'm not super thrilled that he is playing a character with an incurable, inoperable, terminal illness. That's not. No. Would rather not see this character depart this mortal plane. Thank you. So let's just put that off. I'm seeing a running theory right now that that's not actually what's happening, that like they're giving him medication to give him headaches or something, and like I saw something about how he doesn't actually have cancer. This is like a plant. I don't know. We'll see. But he's playing it really well, and I am a little bit struck by the realization that Countdown is not actually just like the countdown to like the terror plot. It's the countdown on his life. Okay. So I will be tuning in. Every single week for the rest of this show. I'm very curious to see how it goes. I will be posting videos, maybe after each episode, maybe after every 2 episodes. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how crazy they are. But I'm here to stay. So if you're watching Countdown and you're enjoying it, put in the comments what you're loving the most about Countdown. And we'll chat about it. So thanks for tuning in. See you on the next one.